Hey, what is up guys? In this video we'll be talking about Sanctum and how you can destroy guards in 0.1 seconds. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's take it down a few notches. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about my journey in the past few weeks and how I have become a League enjoyer. Afterwards I will give you some tips and tricks on how you can also become a League enjoyer and potentially increase your IQ by 69%. Yes. Cringe YouTube intro over. Let's go. Some of the gameplay you will see is from my stream at twitch.tv/DanielBR93, link down below. I will show the areas and not the boss fights in Sanctum, so you won't get spoiled and still have something to explore on your own. Let me tell you about my rollercoaster of emotions in the first few weeks of the League. Week 1 was League Start week. My League starter was a Poisonous Concoction build, and in general Sanctum was quite fun. In later acts I noticed guards becoming very tanky and Poison Cock couldn't handle it anymore, you know, the cock just wasn't big enough in terms of damage. So I started skipping Sanctum during my act playthrough, which is very rare for me. When I switched to Poison Blade Vortex, I was able to do Sanctum again, but only for a few maps until the guards and bosses got way too tanky again. This was around the time I made my last video in December and I had a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Week 2 was not so good. On one hand I was starting to zoom with Poison PV, but I started skipping Sanctum because of underperforming single target DPS, which may have also been my fault. But I clearly didn't enjoy myself with the League in week 2. In week 3 I realized that the build I was playing just couldn't do Sanctum, or at least not to a degree that I find enjoyable. So I accepted my defeat and started a new build. It took a few days to level up the character, get some currency going, and also trying out new Atlas skill tree strats, but after some time the Spark character started to feel good and my mood towards Sanctum was going up, because I started to play it again. Weird how more damage and a better build can make content feel better. Big surprise. In week 4 I got influenced by content creator and fellow Austrian. I saw MBX play Ethereal Knives Ignite, and it deleted Sanctum guards. That was enough for me to say screw it and start a new character, because this was exactly what I wanted. With a new build decided and way too much time on my hands, I started to level the character, and after many days, many divines, and a lot of progress, EK Ignite became insane. Each upgrade made the Sanctum easier, faster, and just more fun. So the answer to how can you enjoy Sanctum is more damage? Kind of? There is more to it, so let me tell you about it. Obviously, you need to like Sanctum as a League mechanic, to a degree. If it seems annoying, tedious, or boring, then the League might not be for you, which is fine. Not every League is for everyone. On the other hand, if you see the enjoyment in Sanctum and you want to get better relics, fight more bosses, read more about the lore, or just want to get more divines, but you're currently getting cucked at floor 2, maybe I can help you with a few tips and tricks. Relics don't matter too much. More resolve, more inspiration, and a bunch of coins at the start of each run are great. Still, 40 more resolve, 40 extra inspiration, and 60 coins at the start won't help you long term if you get hit twice against each guard. I think we can all agree on that. If I hear, just get boons bro, I will jump through your monitor and steal your milk. Boons are too random to rely upon each run. They are crazy powerful and gotta love getting more damage and then zoom around with 60% extra movement speed, but your character and the items on it matter way more. Which brings me to the second point. DPS is king, no matter what. DPS heavily depends on the skill and how good you are mechanically, but I personally enjoyed Sanctum way more when I reached 2 million DPS with an EK Ignite build. Ignite is very comfortable because I can ignite the enemy for around 2 million DPS that lasts 5 seconds while I was dodging. Other skills that hit the enemy once with a cast or attack may need more DPS to make it feel better. Speaking of feeling better, I can't say much about attack speed, but I liked having 1.5 or more casts per second. Now, if you can squeeze it into your build, a Quicksilver Flask with some juicy mods makes moving around even better. Onslaught is a great addition too. Movement skills, not shield charge. All my homies hate shield charge. I generally don't like shield charge because I get stuck on way too many things all the time, and at that point I fight against the game instead of actually playing it. Also, shield charge won't allow you to jump over ledges, which makes some rooms extremely short. So I recommend using Flame Dash or even Smoke Mine, maybe even Anonymous Flame Dash for that extra travel distance. Also, get that Anonymous Flame Dash now before some big content creator mentions it. I have it right in front of me. There is a non-corrupted level 16 quality 15% Anonymous Flame Dash for 15 chaos. Get it now. Subtractum is gonna mention it in one of his build guides, and suddenly it's 4 divines. God damn it. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Don't feel discouraged if your build feels bad against Sanctum. If you're playing a build guide from well-known content creators and you saw gameplay of that build deleting Sanctum guards and bosses, then you might be on the right way. It just takes time to get there, because you may need a higher level, cluster jewels, certain items, or alternate gems to really boost your power. This is probably very obvious to veterans in the game, but maybe not to newer players. So I highly recommend finding an Atlas skill tree strategy that you enjoy, that makes your currency and upgrade your character along the way until you can beat Sanctum comfortably. Keep in mind, this game is a grind. You can't expect your build exploding the screen in Act 6 or even in Tier 12 maps. In my opinion, I'm very slow in this game, and my character has over 3 days of playtime, and it feels amazing now. So again, don't feel discouraged, find an endgame strategy that you enjoy playing, and just keep on doing that, and I'm sure you will have an amazing character in the next few weeks. So, to my conclusion, in week 1 I started with an awful build for Sanctum, then changed twice and enjoyed playing a lot more over the past 2 weeks. The challenge and especially the rewards from Sanctum made me want to improve my character and just invest more time and currency into it. And with this I have not only beaten the final Sanctum boss, but also gotten all my Void Stones and even did the Feared Invitation, which I haven't even done last league. With all that said, I wish you Godspeed conquering Sanctum in the next few weeks, because I know you can. Before you leave, I have to say this as an annoying YouTuber, but I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. That would be very cute from you. By the way, there will be a huge video out in the next few decades. No, I have not been sitting on this project for 6 months. Okay, have a nice day. Bye! It feels so weird recording and standing at the same time. I feel like I'm in a power stance 24/7, like... Oh. This is the outro after the outro. I have nothing else to say. Do you have something to say, Luffy?